Of all the illegal and illicit enterprises in the world, elder exploitation is among the safest and most profitable. It's a criminal's dream. It carries the least amount of risk, it requires minimal outlay, it can be done right from your living room, it's virtually unreported by its victims, and then, even when it is reported, its perpetrators are practically never prosecuted. Earlier this year, one such version of hell settled itself squarely on the shoulders of a brother and sister when their elderly mother passed away.
At my mom's passing, my brother called the nursing home where my dad is staying to let them know that he was going to be taking over the day-to-day responsibilities of my dad's care. And the social worker told my brother, well, that's really nice, but you don't have to worry about anything because your brother is taking care of everything. And my brother said, I don't have a brother.
If we're looking at exploitation, what we're looking at is someone taking advantage of somebody using a very important position that they hold. That could be a position of trust and confidence, like a child or a spouse or a relative.
Well, I've made millions of dollars for pictures that I never got. Millions. And I'd go away and my wife and I'd do a show or something and we'd come back and I'd say, how much did we make? We say, be quiet, we'll take care of it. Certain people. Our taxes were left untaken care of for 3 or 4 years. And we'd still keep working. How much of the money would come in? We'd never see it. No bank, no nothing. I did a very, very important picture and I said, well, how much did we get for that? And I was told a figure. I said, that's awful small. And I found out that it was a lie. That it was substantially more than I had been told. A lie. I tried to say that we needed a manager, and I was told, don't worry, I'm taking care of you. That's what Will. And he was taking care of himself. And it's very, very easy to do if you, and I knew from the time that it started. But when it's in the family, God, you don't want to mention it, even to yourself, or to the people you might think it would hurt.
And then there's the one where you infuse yourself into their lives. You become part of their situation. You do that based on trust. That's your avenue in, if you're one of these perpetrators. Now, how do you infuse yourself into someone's relationship like that? Well, you play off their vulnerabilities. That's the problem. There are some vulnerabilities that these people intentionally exploit. It's not the person they're exploiting, they're exploiting that opening.
And so as far as I know, this man waltzed into a nursing home, walked up to a man who was cognitively impaired, and my dad is my hero. And it's really hard for me to think of him as anything less than this larger-than-life person that he was since I was born. You put this thing in front of my father and say, here, Harry, sign this. And it gets signed, and that's it. And the next thing I know, this man's got control of my dad's money. My father had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's quite some time ago, and the staff at the nursing home was well aware of that. Florida law is crystal clear. While a durable power of attorney can survive incompetence, it cannot be created by someone who's at that moment incapable of fully comprehending the rights that they're relinquishing.
He had banked on the expectation that the authorities would not go after him, and as it turned out, he was absolutely right.
So I handed this detective the entire case on a silver platter. chapter and verse on the Florida statutes about power of attorney, about wills, and she sent me back an email saying that she spoke to him and he seems like a really nice man and he seems to have your parents' best interest at heart, therefore there's no intent, therefore there's no crime, therefore the Castleberry Police Department will not pursue this.
I knew it was happening. I knew. And I used to pray. I said, you can't go on like this, Jan. And I used to say, please help us. I hope people that will see this will say, gosh, if it happened to Mickey Rooney, it happens to anybody.
I think one of the main reasons that people don't report is they don't want the spotlight put on them. They don't want someone to say, oh, you made a big mistake. Weren't you thinking clearly? Are you forgetful? And then all of a sudden, particularly in the senior's mind, there's this train of logic that goes, if I'm making mistakes, I'm not protecting myself, they're going to think I'm senile, they're going to take me out of my house, and they're going to throw me in a nursing home.
Call your senator, your congressman, the state that you live in. The mayor, don't be afraid, and the district attorney. And tell them that you need help and you've been abused. It's the only way that this can become lawfully a crime for elderly abuse.
Don't let the police get away with doing nothing. Go to the press if you have to. More importantly, don't let your parent or grandparent or aunt or uncle get away with brushing you off if something inside is telling you something is off and you honestly believe you need to delve a bit into their personal affairs. Look for new, exceedingly friendly relationships and be suspicious. Better to be a bit annoying now than to wish you'd done something after it's too late.